Okay, there we go. All right, people. All we have to do today is go over the homework because there'll be no lecture, and then I'm going to give you the rest of the time to start the practice test, which looks eerily similar to the real test.
Eerily?
Some of us, even after all of that we've been through, we still are not getting it. The most important thing is the practice test. You do the practice test by yourself on your own, you'll nail the test. Wait, let me look at the assignment sheet. No.
Do you have solutions on it?
Yes, I do have the solutions on it.
Yes, you.
And since we don't have time, another class to go over it, we have the after-school extra help tomorrow. You don't need to come because, I mean, if you want to come, you should come, but I'm going to record it and I'll put up, what do you call it? Post it. Yeah, what section are we on now? 8.4, 8.5. So basically doing the inverse trig functions with identities. So if you don't know your identities, don't can do anything. I thought you guys were going to write out the problems, remember?
I thought you were going to write it down.
Okay, whatever. 8 point, what's the first one? 4. Okay, go.
82.
70?
Oh, I'll leave the first one.
No, 77.
Oh, gosh. Okay, 8.5.
74, 78.
75.
Would you like us to renumber those?
No. Okay, I'm used to it.
That's about it. Is it on it? Is it on it?
Okay, which one you want to add? Chung?
Same thing.
Okay, 77. This is 8.4. Hey, this looks almost the same as the example I showed you guys. In fact, this looks like one of the problems on the test right here. Is it really that boring? I want to go to your recital, and then when you start playing, then I'm going to start yawning. Okay, remember, this is an angle measurement. This is another angle measurement. What happens when you subtract them and then cosine it? Well, are either of these angles like a known angle, like we can do it off the top of our head?
No.
No, so we have to draw the picture for both of them. So here we go. Sine alpha, and since the argument is positive, it's a first quadrant angle. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and then you Pythagorize. And then for beta, tangent is opposite over adjacent, and then you Pythagorize.
Is that an actual word?
Does it matter? You guys know what I mean, right? Or do you want me to say use the Pythagorean theorem?
I think.
Okay, now I have cosine of alpha minus beta. Should I just distribute the cosine and lose all the points?
No.
No, you have to use the identity. What is the identity for cosine of alpha minus beta? Cosine alpha, cosine beta,
Sine alpha.
plus
Sine alpha.
sine alpha, sine beta. What happens if you get the wrong sign here?
Minus.
Minus, no, you're not done. Minus 2.
You're done.
Because you still got up to that part. So.
Yeah, it's just that you don't have it memorized, so I'm not gonna take off like 4 for that. Or should I?
Shouldn't. You're not evil. You're kind.
Okay, cosine alpha, look at this alpha here. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. This is the easy part. Cosine beta, adjacent over hypotenuse. Sine of alpha, opposite over hypotenuse. And sine of beta, opposite over hypotenuse. And right there, if this problem is worth 5 points, you just got 4 out of 5, right? The last point is, can you simplify this? Well, 48 over 65 plus 15 over 65 is 63 over 65. Cancel the 6's so you get 3/5. Only 2 people laughing. You can't cancel the 6's. 82. No, 79. Yes.
Is it always first quadrant?
If that thing is positive.
What then?
This thing, the argument.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, the inverse trig functions, there's ranges, right? Remember, sine inverse goes from negative pi over here. Why don't we just go over it again? Sine inverse goes from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. So it's like either first or fourth quadrant, right? Tan inverse is the same thing, but remember the other three? The ranges are what? 0 here. I should just put 0 to pi, so it's like over here. So if the argument is positive, look, both of them cover the first quadrant. So if this is positive, you know it's a first quadrant angle, so you don't really have to think. It's just that when this thing is negative, then you gotta think, oh, is it over here in the fourth quadrant, or is it over here in the second quadrant? But like I told you, I think there's only 3 problems on the test where I make it negative.
Wait, how do you distinguish that if
You gotta remember the ranges,
The
okay?
C thing.
Thank you. So let's go back, let's pretend we don't know anything.
I know that.
No, we don't. Let's pretend we don't know anything.
I know it.
These are the 2 ranges that you gotta remember, right there. So how do I figure out which one is which? Right there, O stands for odd. So if you have an odd number of C's, it's that one. So what are the ones that?
Cosine.
Cosine inverse, secant inverse. Who said tangent? Oh, cotangent inverse. And then the other 3 are in the other one.
They don't have.
Sine inverse, cosecant inverse, and tan inverse. There, I did it, like everything's over. Okay, 79. That's okay, you have to keep reviewing it every day, otherwise you can't remember it. What are you guys thinking? I just go get those 3 problems wrong. I'm just gonna skip those 3, where it's negative. Minus 12, no, minus 15. So 85 is a darn good score.
Nah.
Yeah, come on, man. Okay, 79. Tangent of sine inverse 3/5 plus pi over 6. Okay, now look, they already gave you that angle, so you don't have to think about that one. Now, is that an angle I know off the top of my head? No, so let's go to alpha then. So let's draw the picture. This is alpha. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse Pythagoras. So, what's the identity for tangent of alpha plus pi over 6? Tangent of alpha, you gotta apply the identity now. Do not distribute the tangent. Plus tangent of the second angle all over.
1 minus.
There we go. See, that's what we gotta do. We gotta know identities.
These.
Now, what would happen if you forget your identities?
Fail.
Cosine and sine.
No, yeah, well, maybe you wouldn't
Fail.
fail. Maybe you get like 60 something.
They don't.
No, for real. Because it just depends. Like if you're close, like if somebody put a minus and a plus like that, then I'll just take off 2. You know what I mean? But then if it's like not even in the realm of possibility, like it's just something I've never seen before, then I take off 5. Okay, so all you gotta do is fill in now. How do I figure out tangent of alpha? Well, look at the picture. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So 3/4 plus tangent of pi over 6. Is it root 3 or root 3 over 3? Root 3 over 3. What if you put root 3 instead?
Minus 2.
Minus 2, that's right. See, again, you want to avoid the fatal error. You get minus 2, not bad. You get minus 5, bad. Okay, so right there, you get 4 out of 5 points right there. 4 out of 5 right there. Now, how do I simplify that? Multiply top and bottom by the LCD, which is 12. So you get 9 plus 4 root 3 all over 12 minus 3 root 3. You know what? I would accept that on this test. But then, if you were to try and impress me by multiplying by the conjugate, maybe I might give you a bonus point.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's do that just for funsies. So foiling the top, what happens if you foil the top? You get 108. See, some of you go 108. Outside plus 27 root 3. Inside plus 48 root 3. Plus last, that's 12 times 3, 36. all over, multiply out the denominator, that's 144 minus 27. Okay, so simplify that. What is 108 plus 36? 144 plus, what is that plus that? 75 root 3. Why am I answering my own question? And what is 144 minus 27? 117. Can that be reduced?
I don't want to.
Yes, you can. That can be reduced.
I don't want to.
What number can go into 144, 75, and 117? If that's not 1.
2.
How can 2 go into 75?
3.
3.
2 can go to 75.
So if I factor out a 3 on the top, what do you get? 48 plus 25 root 3, and 3 times what is 117? 39. So that's your answer right there. 48 plus 25 root 3 all over 39. Is that what's written in the book? How did the book write their answer?
Yeah.
Can it be like worth?
But like I told you,
2, 3.
I would accept this. I would.
Wait, so is that like simplified version? That could be a bonus point?
Yeah.
But then if we get it wrong, then it's
No, just bonus. Yeah, but I don't even know if I even gave a problem where there's like a radical in there. 'Cause
Going in, Spock.
what? Anyway, look, the good thing is, once you get here, you get 4 out of 5. Isn't that good? Yeah.
99 is a darn good score.
That's right. Okay, next. Wait, how come you can remember that? I'd rather have you guys remember cosine 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. I'd rather have that. Or tangent theta over 2 is 1 minus cosine theta over sine theta. I'd rather have that than 99 is a diamond star. No, for real. 82. Tangent of cosine inverse 4/5 plus sine inverse 1. Now, is that an angle I know? Yes. Sine of what angle is 1? That's right. So, and is that in the range?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is pi over 2. Now, even if you didn't know that, you still can do the problem. Okay, so call this alpha, call this beta. What, you want to just draw the triangle already? Cosine of what angle is 4/5? So adjacent over hypotenuse, Pythagoreans. How many times they use 3, 4, 5 triangles? And then let's pretend you didn't know sine inverse 1 was 5. No, you can't even draw a triangle for that. Yeah? So yeah, you have to know it. Okay, so what's the tangent of something plus pi over 2? Oh, I see the problem. I see a problem there. What's the problem? That's undefined. When you take the tangent of pi over 2, see here, let's write it out. Tangent of the first plus tangent of the second all over 1 minus tangent of the first, tangent of the second. Yeah, but missed the part. Tangent of pi over 2 is undefined. No, there is a solution.
What?
It's an imaginary.
Is this gonna be on the top?
No, I'm not gonna give you one like this. This is a tricky one. Okay, here, what is the tangent of pi over 2 plus theta? Anybody? Negative cotangent theta.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. I totally forgot.
No, we don't know this identity.
You don't?
This is not on the list. Like,
See,
no.
that's not smart.
no, this, you guys supposed to know this identity. Tangent pi over 2 minus theta
Oh, that's the
is
minus
cotangent theta, but this one is pi over 2 plus theta.
Okay, you just like.
It's
switch
negative
it
cot-
together.
So, nobody here knows that identity. So, in order to do this problem though, you have to know that identity. So, let's just pretend we know it, okay? Don't worry, I'm not going to give you this on the test. But what is the tangent of pi over 2 plus theta? What did I just tell you? So, you cannot do it this way because tangent of pi over 2 is undefined. It's negative cotangent of cosine inverse 4/5. So, this is an angle that I just drew right here. So, what's the cotangent of it? What's the cotangent of this angle? Well, if the tangent of it is 3/4, what's the cotangent of it? 4/3, but then you got a negative, so negative 4/3. Okay, don't worry about it.
Can we just answer that problem now?
Yeah, you don't need to know this. I didn't realize there was a pi over 2 there. Well, what did the book say?
Was it even?
No. Okay, well, whatever.
There's enough money in the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay, next, don't worry about that one. Okay, 8.5 to 74. 74. Well, inquiring minds want to know, right?
Silence?
Okay, 8.5, number 74. Here we go. Tangent. This looks like the example I did. 2 tan inverse 3/4. Okay, now is tan inverse 3/4 an angle that I'm supposed to know? No. So we gotta call that theta. Draw the triangle for it. Tangent of what angle is 3/4? Opposite over adjacent diagonalized. Almost every problem got 3, 4, 5. Give me something different already. Anyway, tangent 2 theta. What's the identity for tangent 2 theta? I need to call on people. Lee,
I don't know.
how can you not know?
Wait, sorry.
We had to
What was the
speak.
question?
What is the identity for tangent 2 theta? Leading by example then.
Yeah.
You're supposed to just regurgitate it. 2 tan theta over
Oh, 1 minus tangent square.
there you go. But okay, am I gonna
Vote
be
for Jack.
am I gonna be there? Am I gonna be there on Wednesday going 2 tan theta? You gotta just know it. Okay, so looking at the picture, what is tangent theta? Opposite over adjacent. So this is 3/4. So 2 times 3/4 all over 1 minus 3/4 squared. 4 out of 5 right there. Now, how do you simplify this? Well, if I were me, I would go, what do you want to do? 3/2 over 1 minus 9/16. Multiply top and bottom by the LCD, which is
16.
16. And you get 24 over 16 minus 9, which is 24 over 7. Okay, that's another Pythagorean triple, right? 7.4.
I think that was on the SAT.
This problem.
No, that's the
24.
24/7.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. But that's why I tell you guys to know the Pythagorean
Mr.
triple.
Park would be very mad at me, because I have no idea.
So did you guys get it?
No.
Oh. Well, what was the exact problem?
I don't think that's legal.
Especially if it's on camera.
Yeah.
Okay, don't tell me. Tell me after. 7.5.
Now they know.
Tell me after Arakawa. They know names. Now they know names. Sine of 2 cosine. This is the same example I gave you last time. Remember? You guys remember? How come I can remember what happened on Friday and you guys can't even remember anything?
I remember.
Okay, this is an angle. Is that an angle that I just know off the top of my head?
No.
So you draw the picture. Cosine theta is 4/5. So where do I put the 4 and the 5? Adjacent over hypotenuse, and Mr. Park said 3, 4, 5. Does that sound familiar from Friday?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, but is that correct? No, how can the Oh, wait a minute. It is. Okay, never mind. This is not the same problem. Okay, it is 3, 4, 5. No, I thought this said tan inverse. This is delirious. Okay, so this is 3, 4, 5. Okay, anyway, sine 2 theta. What is the identity for sine 2 theta? Izuo. This.
There's like 3 of them.
No, this one only got
Wait,
1.
what was the question?
Sine 2 theta?
That's just stalling. You're just stalling.
Wait, is that the cosine, two cosine theta, sine theta?
Okay, very good.
Boom.
Yeah, but that took like 5 minutes to get. We gotta just, it should be like instantaneous almost. And then you just look at the picture. Cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Sine theta is opposite. See, once you write down the identity, isn't it pretty darn easy? Oh, what is so hard about memorizing?
There's
These.
so many of them.
But it's a list. Look,
Yeah.
that's the same list you gotta memorize when you take pre-calculus and calculus. The same list. Opposite over hypotenuse, so final answer 24 over 25. Cancel the 2's. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, and then the last problem, 78. Are you sure there's no more questions? No, but this pretty much covers them all right here. 78. Where's 78? Oh, half angle right here. Cosine squared. Oh. Why did they put the square there? I'll tell you right now, I'm not putting the square. I'm not sure why they put the square there, but whatever. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to compute this first, and then you just square it, right? Okay, so how do we compute this? This is an angle. Is that an angle I know, or do I have to draw the triangle?
I have to draw.
I gotta draw the triangle. So sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, and then you Pythagoras. Okay, now, this is cosine of 1/2 theta. That means you need the half angle identity. Jung.
For cosine,
Not the stalling tactic. Yes, look, it's cosine right there.
1 plus.
No. No. What did you say?
Oh, is it plus or minus?
Wait, why is my phone going on?
Grade one.
Oh,
is
that's
that-
no, that's long stroke sword. That's my, no, I have a prescription that's ready.
Is it plus or
You don't
minus?
believe me? Okay, wait till the voice message comes in, and I'll play it for you. So, okay, Yong, you had all the time, go.
Plus or minus the square root of 1 plus cosine over 2 sine. Wait.
Okay.
Plus square?
Okay, no, this is another point I need to bring up. Some of you are just writing COS. What the heck is that? You have to have an angle. Like, I haven't been taking off points, but you cannot have sine, cosine, tangent without an angle. You have to have an angle there. Okay, now, plus or minus. Now, how do you figure out whether to use the plus or minus? This is gonna be big on the test.
Even. Wait, no, just kidding.
No, you have to know the quadrant of this angle. Now, sine inverse, now remember, if this argument is positive, isn't this a first quadrant angle? So if you have an angle in the first quadrant, what happens if you half it? Isn't it still in the first quadrant? Yeah. So this is the first quadrant angle, so it's the plus one. Anyway, the way they wrote the problem, you don't even need to know it because you're gonna square it anyway. But on my test, it's gonna be like this. So all you have to do is fill in the value now. Look at the picture. What is cosine theta? Okay, that's the voice message. I'll play it. Adjacent over hypotenuse. All over 2. Boom! 4 out of 5 points right there. Now, how do you simplify this? Inside the radical, you multiply top and bottom by
Five.
5. Does that mean, what did you say? Dos. You said dos, did you? So anyway, what do you got? The square root of 5 plus 4 all over 10. So that's the square root of 9 over 10, which is 3 over root 10. Boom!
Wait, don't you square it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot to square it. So since there was a square there, you gotta square that. So your answer is 3 over root 10 squared, which is 9/10. Okay, my test doesn't have the square. Just all I want you to do is regurgitate the identity and plug in the numbers. That's all I want you to do. But see, okay, so right now, what seems to be the hardest part? Regurgitating the identities. Maybe should we just go around the room now and do a drill? This is what we do in calculus before the AP exam, so that I make sure everybody has everything memorized. Okay, let's do it.
Wait.
Cause what?
No, I can't handle this part.
So what are you doing?
This is not pressure.
Is this over?
Can we listen to your voicemail?
Yeah, no,
Can we
it's
listen
your
to
voice
it
now.
first?
You're just stalling me.
No, can we just listen to your voicemail?
Oh, look at that dinosaur.
What are you calling me? I just need to know that I can go pick it up now.
What?
You know why? Because I have high blood pressure. No, for real, if I don't take the medicine, then it goes up and bad things happen.
You look like.
That's what, no, when you get older, you guys don't know, when you get older, you have health problems and stuff like that. Things happen. So you gotta take medication. Okay, are you sure that's all the questions you need to ask? Memorize the identity and then plug in the number. Okay, so we're gonna go around the room once. Usually we in AB Calculus, right before the AP exam, starting from a month before, we just do drills every day. Okay, here, we're gonna start. One person gets it wrong. We start from the beginning and go all over again.
Oh, this is gonna take so long.
Start on this side
No,
of the room.
No, we're not gonna do that. So let's bet then. Let's bet something.
How about like
Like,
10
will
extra
over
points?
half of the class get it? Let's go over under. How many people in this class? 5, 9, 12, we get 6, stop it.
I
Stop.
literally know the
Stop.
thing.
So what?
We got 16 people in this class. So over under 8.
Okay.
What do you say?
Why don't we just all go?
Over.
Under.
Wait, I go under.
Under.
What? You're
This is
so
something you're
patient.
supposed to know. Okay,
I wait for the class.
Yamashita. Yamashita.
My sir showed me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
1 minus cosine theta over sine theta.
Okay. Sure. Yung. Cosine 2 theta.
This is what I just did.
Wait,
I
No, this is yung.
minus the square root.
Lopes. I'll give you a hint. This one has 3. Just give me one of them. Like that one had 3. I think at this point I have to just to get to one of them. Okay, wait. So here's a strategy. Just memorize when you know these two that have 3. Just memorize one. This is the one you want to memorize for tan theta over 2. This one. Well, I keep telling you which one my favorite one is, but you guys don't believe me. Lopes.
2 cosine squared theta minus 1.
Okay, that's correct. You only need one because it'll carry you through the whole test. That's not my favorite one, but that's good enough.
What's your favorite?
I keep telling you guys, this one is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
But some of you probably think that's 1, yeah? I bet.
Yeah.
No, if that's a plus sign, it's 1.
I can confuse.
Okay, who's next? Pan. Sine of alpha minus beta.
Wait, that was chat.
What?
Just kidding.
Pan.
Who's Pan?
Right here. You don't even know your classmates. I don't know your first name. No, I do. No, see, students think I don't know the first names. I do. It's just that I don't say them. Right? Oh, you don't believe me? Shannon. But we're in a classroom situation. You call people by their last names. And okay, good. Check. Okay, who's next? Noah. Noah.
Okay.
Okay, cosine alpha plus beta.
Cosine alpha, cosine beta, minus sine alpha, sine beta.
That's what I want.
Wait, that's like the easiest one.
That's not the
It's not the
easiest
one that
one.
memorized.
That's
It's
the
not the
easiest
easiest
one.
one. Chun. Tan alpha minus beta. Chun.
Count down these average levels.
I have no idea what's square.
What? Come on.
Noah, you had the easiest
Okay,
one.
next.
That's, well,
Izuo.
I'll give that one if you want.
The easiest
Yeah, what else can we do?
Tan theta.
There's no theta.
Is that
Izuo, you
No.
got it.
Wait, what is that?
Alpha.
Oh, alpha. Tan
I've been
alpha.
saying that like the whole semester. Tan alpha.
Minus tan.
Theta. Oh, but beta is a fish, right? Is it-
Wait, beta?
Beta is a
Where's
fish.
beta?
Beta is a fish.
Beta over 1 plus tan.
Why is it a form like a question?
Tan, that.
Okay, just say A and B then. How about A and B? These are the Greek letters for A and B, alpha and beta. It's just that in mathematics, mathematicians like to use Greek letters to represent angles.
Just get it right.
Okay, are you guys in physics?
No, she is.
Oh, you ended up
You
Oh,
asked
okay.
us this
No, that's a
like 5
text.
times.
That's a text. Silence. Check your text.
How do you text on that phone?
Well, to get the Z, you gotta press the 9 4 times. No, because you know the 9 bit W, X, Y, Z, right? Yeah, so you just press it 4 times. What's so hard about that? Okay, now it's correct. Now it's correct. Okay, so you only got 2 X's so far. So I should put C instead of check.
Wait, we went under, yeah. Or over.
It doesn't matter. Okay, we just want to get it all. Kim. What else haven't we done? Sine 2 theta. Kim.
2 sine theta times cosine theta.
Okay, good. Okay, next, Lee. You redeem yourself. Okay, I'm just trying to think what identities you need to know for this test. Tangent 2 theta. Wait, isn't that the one I just Okay, so you better get this one.
Alright, 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent squared theta.
Stop crinkling. Stop. So, you guys are capable of memorizing identities.
Yeah.
You just gotta put in the time. DeMello, cosine theta over 2.
Plus or minus square root of cosine a little 1 plus cosine over 2.
There you go. Look at that, 3 in a row right there. Sine theta over 2. Garcia.
Plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine theta over 2.
That's what I'm talking about. That's 4 in a row. Galaccio.
Oh, this is 5 in a row, I know that.
But you can't give me that one.
1 plus sine theta over cosine.
Say that again.
1 plus sine theta over cosine.
Arita?
Yeah.
You know, he's reaching for one, but it's not quite right. Hey, look, I'll give you a hint. It looks just like that, except it's not that.
It's plus minus
Oh, we're going for the other one now. Okay, plus and minus.
square root 1 plus cosine theta over 1 minus cosine.
Wrong! Next, Chi.
Plus or minus square root 1 minus cosine theta over 1 plus.
There you go, that's correct.
Yeah.
1 in a row. Okay, so there's still one more left. And what's the one that we didn't do? I know we know. You've been studying all this time.
Yeah.
Sine squared.
It's Either that or you're playing a game, but I don't think so. What?
Sine theta over 1 plus cosine.
There you go. And then the last one, cosine 2 theta Arakawa. You can't give down those two. So there's only one more left. Which one is it?
1 minus 2 sine squared theta.
There you go. See, you guys can't do it.
How many did we get right?
Bonus point.
8.
Yeah, but the question is how many you got wrong. You got 4 wrong. Okay, here. I'm comparing with period 2.
Wait,
So
that's
period
not
1 got 4. Here. Period 1, 4. Period 1, 4. Period 2, we'll see what they get. We'll see who's better.
How many do we have in grade 2?
How many in this class?
You have 16 in this class.
Okay, that's 16 in another class. We got 32 students. Alright, okay, rest of the time, you got the practice test now. This is it, people. This is the most important thing right now in your life. The practice test, right there. Look, I wrote it, I told you, I finally figured out the fastest way to get this done. I write the practice test first, and then I just change it to make the real test. It's a lot faster that way. It looks just like this, people. I don't know what more I can say. It's exactly like it. And then look, oh, look at the solutions. Okay, I'm going to give you the rest of the time to start working. If you get stuck, I'm right there.
Raise the restroom.
Yep. Yep.
Raise it.
Yep. Yep. Maybe you guys should like get together.